Now, Zondervan Publishing House presents an exciting family adventure with an uplifting message of faith, love, and inspiration in a special feature-length Story Keepers Easter episode. Featuring the voice talents of Robert Guillaume,
the glories, and we'll carry on. Yes, we'll carry on his name.
Justin, it's all right.
and Debbie Boone playing Helena.
He understands. You're just not ready, that's all.
I'll never be ready.
Sure you will.
With Adam Wiley as Justin,
I did, didn't I?
and featuring Tim Curry as Nero.
You and your ploys and traps. You couldn't trap a legless cat.
But take the baker away, and the flock is lost.
Our faith is stronger than that.
But not stronger than Rome.
Dark times befall Ben the Baker, leader and storykeeper of the valiant group of Christians living in Rome 64 AD. Ben, with his wife Helena, and their band of adopted children find safety in the catacombs under Rome. But only for a short while.
Where'd they go? Over there! Remember, Nihilus wants them alive.
Everyone, quick!
Listen up, you Christian dogs! If any of you sees your miserable little baker, tell him his bakery will burn, with his wife and children still in it.
As the Roman Emperor Nero tightens his brutal grip on the city, a daring escape leads the storykeepers back into the shelter of the catacombs, where Ben's stories of the last days of Jesus, his crucifixion, and his resurrection
You were looking for Jesus of Nazareth.
give new hope and strength as the Easter story comes alive. Make sure you have all the adventures of the Storykeepers in your video collection. Episode 1, Breakout. Episode 2, Raging Waters. Episode 3, Catacomb Rescue. Episode 4, Ready, Aim, Fire. Episode 5, Sink or Swim. Episode 6, Starlight Escape. Episode 7, Roar in the Night. Episode 8, Captured. Episode 9, Trapped. The ongoing adventures in the Storykeepers continues when the Easter Storykeepers comes to your home soon.
Previously on Present Time.
This is the last time I'll be recording information to assist you in the operation of this device. I hope you will use it for good, not evil.
It is the year 2074. An old man carefully places the finishing touches on a powerful invention.
I believe you have something of interest to turn over to us. No sign of the disc?
Negative.
Even if you do have it, your work here seems to be over.
From this world, a package is sent through time for safekeeping. And now, life is about to get a little bit more interesting.
There is power in the name of Jesus. Oh, no. The name I know. Oh, victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine. Oh, I told them. Better get thee behind. Victory. Hey, joy is mine. Joy is mine. Joy today. Right now. I told them. You better get thee behind. Joy today. Hey, happiness and peace. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's my
Told you he'd love me.
All right, before my message, I have a quick announcement. As you all know, the city has approached us and asked if we would take over the administration of the community center next door. Now, what we'd like to do is to renew a number of programs. Sports leagues, Bible study, a soup kitchen, to serve this community. These are just a few of our dreams. But, as you know, the building is in very sad shape and will need some major renovation. A project that will require all of our help and participation. Oh, but there's good news. Yeah, there's good news. Now, to lead in this renovation effort, we are blessed to have Brother Jonathan McCoy and his partner Don Walker of McCoy Walker Construction, who, as you will recall, donated, I said donated, a tremendous amount of time, talent, and materials to help us remodel this very sanctuary last year. These men, along with all of you, are doing what the early church did so well. And that is being the community caretaker, being the welfare state, being a hospital, being a lighthouse, so that this town will know that in Christ there is hope, there is meaning, there is forgiveness.
You hear what they're gonna do?
What?
They're taking over this place, man.
What are you talking about?
They're gonna turn it into a community center or something.
This is our hangout. They can't do that.
I know.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Not too good. Heard you're gonna come in and ruin our turf.
We're gonna fix it up, if that's what you mean.
We like it the way it is.
Wouldn't you like to have a nice place to play basketball? I mean, maybe come in and have a warm meal, meet some new kids.
We like it the way it is.
Look, guys, we don't want to invade your turf or anything like that. We just want to help improve the community. You guys will benefit from it.
Yeah, right.
This will change everything.
Maybe. Or maybe it's time to start making things a little difficult for them, so they won't want to hang around anymore.
Hi, aren't you Lisa? My name's Emily.
Did you guys hear who's been hanging around the community center?
Jared, I know.
And who's that older kid? Like in high school?
That's Nick Barrett.
Man, he is psycho. Why does Jared hang around guys like that anyway?
I don't know. Also, that new girl, Lisa, I'd steer clear of her if I were you.
Why? She's really nice, and she's new without any friends.
I heard she did drugs at her last school.
That's why she had to transfer to Norris.
So you're saying I shouldn't have anything to do with her?
All I'm saying is that you should be careful. I don't want you to get into trouble.
Why shouldn't I hang around with her? I mean, isn't that what the early church did?
Sometimes, I guess.
I'm glad they didn't follow your guys' way of thinking.
What's that supposed to mean?
They didn't avoid people like Lisa, Jared, or Nick. They reached out to them.
Yeah, but it was different then.
How?
I don't know, just different.
Yeah? I wonder if there's a way to find out.
No, Emily. I like the idea.
Forget it.
I say we settle this argument. Talk to someone who can tell us exactly what the early church was like.
Yeah, like Peter, James, Barnabas, one of those guys.
No, we're not going to get out the time machine every time we've got a question or problem.
Josh, of course we are.
Did it ever occur to you that that's the very reason somebody sent it to you in the first place?
I've got 40 AD. Who's it going to be?
Paul.
Paul?
He's perfect. He'd be great to talk to.
Okay, here goes.
And if the wiring is done by next Monday, then they can start right away on the trim?
Dad! Dad!
Just a second, Josh.
Dad, I really need to talk to you.
Jonathan, can I call you back? Okay, bye-bye. What is it, son?
It's time we revisit the whole subject of the time machine thing. Where'd he go?
Why didn't you tell us about this before?
Because we didn't think you'd believe us.
Well, you're right about that.
We know it sounds incredible, but it's true.
All right, let's just say all this did happen. The David and Goliath story, King Saul, sheep grazing on my carpet. The whole time travel package. Tell me what happened tonight.
It was really weird. We did the usual stuff like we did with David and Goliath. But this time I selected Paul, and this guy appears.
Where am I?
You've traveled through time, about 1900 years to be exact. But don't be afraid, we're friends.
We'll send you back. We just wanted to ask you a few questions.
Questions?
What kind of questions? We wanted to ask him what the early church was like. How did they really reach out and help people?
It was my idea.
Yeah, and it's your fault.
I didn't mean to have it turn out this way.
Have it turn out what way?
Church? What church?
My church.
What kind of church is it?
I don't know, just a church. You know, with Christians?
What?
You know, like you had in the early days. When Jesus was on the earth.
This can't be! Where is this church? And I want names. Local authorities to contact. Action must be taken.
Action? What kind of action?
Who are you? Aren't you Paul?
Paul. Who's he?
That's when I came to get you, Dad.
Suddenly he just climbed out the window and down the side of the house and took off.
Well, did you see which way he went?
No, Mom.
Kim, you don't believe this stuff, do you?
Well, I don't know, but if the kids say they saw it, then I believe it too.
Okay, guys, seeing is believing. This guy, obviously not Paul, but somebody is still on the loose. You find him and you'll have your proof. Come on, we better get down to the center and check out the wiring for tomorrow's inspection.
Good idea.
Hey, Lisa, you see anybody?
No. Big deal this is. I mean, what, we've done it 4 times, and the next day, always painted over. I mean, what's the use?
Hey, just making our mark in the world, pal.
Somebody's coming!
Who are you?
My name is Saul.
King Saul? Hey, you stay away from me, man.
How can you know me?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I'm Saul of Tarsus.
You're not the same guy.
What same guy? Who do you think I am?
This king I met once. King Saul.
What?
You met King Saul of Israel?
Yeah. Well, now. Looks like little Joshy's been messing with his time machine again.
Time machine?
Jared, what's going on? Josh and Caleb have this cool computer, and it beams people through time.
I don't believe it.
Believe it, I've seen it myself. This must be their latest visitor. What do you mean we got the wrong guy? It's Paul, all right. Let's just say we got the wrong version.
Looky here. We got company. Stay cool.
Did you see that?
What?
That guy was dressed kind of weird.
Are you kidding me? Nothing would surprise me around here.
Those kids that use that time machine on you, that's their dads.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're involved in this church, you say?
Yeah. They're a bunch of Christians trying to move in on our turf and ruin things.
Tell me.
We were happy with things the way they were.
Exactly.
We want them out of here.
Of course.
What are you doing? It's past midnight.
We need your help with the time machine.
What help?
Caleb's been doing some research on your guest.
My guest? He's not my guest.
It was your idea.
Oh, and the laptop just kind of worked by itself.
Shh, quiet. The guy we brought forward isn't the Paul we know.
You mean it's not Paul? But the name and the date were right there.
It was the wrong one. The one we brought forward is Saul of Tarsus.
Saul of Tarsus?
Well, it appears that things have not changed in almost 2,000 years, in spite of our best efforts.
What best efforts?
This church, this invasion. Where I live, we have ways of dealing with such matters.
Listen to this. On that day, a great persecution broke out against the church at Jerusalem, and all except the apostles were scattered throughout Judea and Samaria, Godly men buried Stephen and mourned deeply for him, but Saul began to destroy the church. Going from house to house, he dragged off men and women and put them in prison.
Christians. After all my efforts, they're still around. Well, I have been granted rights by the authorities, and I will not be stopped in my mission to wipe this false religion from the face of the earth.
And that's what these guys are? A false religion?
Precisely. And it's up to us to make sure that they are dealt with.
What about Lisa?
Okay. We're in. But if anything goes wrong, you never heard of us, and we never heard of you.
Tell me, young man, who am I going to tell? Wait! Is this where they worship?
No, man. This is the community center they've been fixing up.
Community center, not where they hold their meetings.
No, that's a couple blocks down at the church.
Then this isn't where you want to strike.
Why not?
You strike at the heart of your enemy.
Okay, well, it's just a couple blocks.
We've got to get rid of this guy now.
Even if he's not here?
There's got to be a way.
Jared, I can't see a thing. Hand me one of those programs.
When you sent King Saul back from the construction site, he was like 100 yards away.
He wasn't that far, and at least I could see him. We don't even know where this guy is.
Hey, let a couple of these. All right.
Let's go, you guys. Come on, Nick, let's get out of here.
Okay, Saul. Hey, let's go.
Come on, Emma, come on.
I'm trying.
It's the cop! Run!
Come on, let's go.
Go, go.
What are you doing? No!
That was so cool.
I know.
Should have seen your face.
You guys are crazy.
Well done, my good friends. Excellent start, all of you.
Right! The street sweeper was right there.
Did he see you?
I think so.
How nice it sounds.
It means mission accomplished.
Can't believe this.
Things might have got a little out of hand back there. But this is gonna be our little secret.
You don't breathe a word of this to anyone. Understand?
Okay, this looks like something. Here it goes.
That's for you. Did you see that? Where'd he go?
See, man? I told you it was for real.
This happened, Kim.
Wish I knew.
You say this wiring was done 3 years ago when this building was refurbished?
That's right.
And by your firm?
That's correct.
Pastor Biggs?
Yeah.
Lauren Felding, KTV News.
Yeah, they said you'd be coming by.
We just want to ask you a few questions, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how the church burned down?
No, we have no idea whatsoever.
And you recruit volunteer labor to help?
Yes, but we supervise. Is there a problem?
In a case like this, you get a bunch of help, hardly any experience. You never know what you're getting. I've seen it before.
What are you saying, that we didn't supervise the work properly? Why don't you talk to the one who inspected the work and signed off on it?
Don, calm down.
I'm not saying anything.
City ordinance did not require that the church be retrofitted with fire sprinklers. A report from officials is due within the next week to determine the exact cause of the blaze, which gutted this church, a landmark for decades in this West Milford neighborhood. Several indicators point to wiring defects that were allegedly made after last year's inspection by authorities. While the investigation continues, officials are certain to look very closely at the McCoy Walker Construction Company, who in the past periodically performed work on the church. Jonathan McCoy and his wife Kim are members of the First Community Church. The McCoy Walker Construction Company is just now beginning work on the community center located nearby. This after the city handed over the community center to the church. How long have you currently been in this church?
46 years. Everybody loves this church.
Honey, are you getting your homework done?
Yeah.
Is it a private contracting
Ron?
firm that
Right
did the
here.
work?
You got the tickets?
Yes, they're right here. Hey, did you hear about this? Honey, turn it up.
A couple of them are contractors, those gentlemen over there.
Is it true that your company supervised all the work on this
Look
building?
at that reporter. She's really going for their throats. You know, I bet she's got something on her.
Really?
So you weren't supervising them?
Using cheap labor and materials to get you every time.
Okay, let's go.
See you, honey. We'll be home late.
Okay, good night.
I can't believe it. I mean, listen to what they're saying about us.
I know you guys didn't do anything wrong.
You're sure right they didn't. What we need to do is find out who did this.
I'm trying to settle down. What do you mean, just forget about it?
If you don't freak out, this will all blow over. If you do, we're nailed. Understand?
So that's all there is to this, huh? Two men get blamed for something they had nothing to do with. We get off scot-free, and can you call that everything working out all right?
I feel like pressing my way. Oh, I feel like pressing my way. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Sometimes through the storm, sometimes through the rain. Oh, I feel like pressing my way. Can y'all help me say it one time? I feel like pressing my way. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, I feel like pressing my way. Oh, sometimes through the storm. Sometimes through the storm. Sometimes through the rain. I feel like pressing my way. Anybody feel like me in here, y'all? Oh.
Hey, did you see Caleb's dad on TV last night?
Who hasn't?
You know, my dad said that that's the face of a guilty man.
Yeah, what do you think will happen to him?
I think they'll probably lock him up.
Sometimes through the storm. Sometimes through the storm. Sometimes through the rain. Sometimes through the rain. I feel like pressing my way.
You heard me. I'm gonna come clean.
No, you're not. We made a pact.
There was never any pact to destroy churches. They cover it up so other people get blamed.
You were there. You were involved. That makes you an accomplice.
Yeah, and that also makes me a witness.
You're not gonna do this. This is gonna blow over. Listen, Lisa. My dad said, if I get in trouble one more time, he's gonna send me to reform school.
I'll do my best to keep you and Jared out of it. But I need to do what's right.
Don't do this. It's just...
Are you sure?
Yeah, she's gonna tell.
Great. Now what are we supposed to do?
Don't worry. I'm thinking.
Hi, Lisa. Hey. What's wrong? You don't look so good.
I really need to talk to someone.
Okay.
Can you come over to my house after school?
Sure.
Are you Lisa Swanson?
Yes. What's wrong?
I'm Detective Donovan. This is Officer Fields. We'd like to ask you a few questions if we might.
Sure.
Can you tell us where you were on the night of March 9th?
I don't know. What night was that?
Last Tuesday evening. Where were you at about 10:45 p.m. that night?
Let me see. Tuesday? I was at home, yeah.
Lisa, do you know anything about the fire that broke out that night at Sycamore and First Street?
Well, yeah, we all heard about it.
Well, we received an anonymous phone call from someone who said they saw a young girl who fits your description
A street sweeper passed by that night, and he said he saw a young girl walking quickly away from the scene with no one else around.
Lisa, is there something you want to tell us?
How you doing, Dad?
Okay, I guess.
Maybe this will cheer you up. I just heard that the police have someone in custody. They're not gonna blame you and Caleb's dad anymore.
Really?
Really?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
All right, Lisa, we know you were at the church the other night, right?
Yeah.
And who were you there with?
Answer the question, Lisa.
Nick and Jared.
What are their last names, Lisa?
Barnes and Barrett.
Where do they live?
Why would she say that? Jared and I were here doing homework that night. My parents were gone for the night, but you can ask Jared.
He was here, I can assure you.
I thought you and Mrs. Barrett were out.
When we came home, he was here. Listen, he's not involved.
Yes, sir. Look, we're just doing our job here.
Of course.
I just don't get it. We really tried to make friends with Lisa, but she's pretty hard to get to know.
Listen, it's clear the girl's lying. All the kids know she used drugs. Nick was with Jared. Why don't you call Jared and ask him?
We have. Your son's story checks out. Thank you for your time.
Okay, folks, let's take a break.
We need to talk about some things. I'll say we need to talk about some things. What about the insurance?
There is no insurance.
What?
That's right. You all know what a bad year we had last year. That's one of the things that got cut out the budget. We're on our own for this one.
But what about the girl that did it? What about her family? Let her mother and her father come help pay for the repair of this church. Somebody's got to take care of it.
What we need to do is get ourselves a good lawyer. That's what we need to do. That's right, yeah. Yeah, we ought to sue him. Yeah, that's what we need to do.
Okay, settle down, people, settle down. Miles?
Well, Pastor, as you know, I've been a member of this church about 40-some years. My sons helped move us into this place back in '66. And I'm not about to give it up for nobody.
That's right. What are you saying, Miles? Are you in agreement with some among us who think we should sue the parents of this girl?
I don't know, but somebody has to take responsibility.
That's right.
Now that we know who did it, what are we waiting for?
Thanks for coming, Emily. You're the only one I can trust right now.
Yeah.
You don't trust me, do you?
I don't know, Lisa. I'm really confused right now. I mean, it's your word against theirs. I want to trust you, but I don't know.
I don't know if you're ever gonna believe what I've got to tell you right now.
What? She wasn't behind it. She just happened to be there.
Oh, just happened to be there. And just happened to cover it up so everybody thought it was our dad's fault.
Yeah!
How could you do something like that?
I didn't want to get your dads into trouble.
Well, you should have stopped to think about that.
Lighten up, you guys.
Lighten up? Whose side are you on anyway?
No one's. I just want this to work out. She's done the right thing by coming forward with the truth, and I know she's telling the truth.
Fine, okay. But you shouldn't be talking to us. You get Nick and Jared to confess and we'll think about forgiving you.
Oh, good luck with that.
They won't confess. I know it. There is another way to prove what really happened.
How?
There was somebody else there that night.
Who?
Somebody who put the whole plan in motion and encouraged us to do it.
So I guess it's his fault and that gets you off the hook.
Yeah.
Caleb. He's the last witness I have. The only one left who can tell us the truth. If we can find him, then maybe...
Who? Another street sweeper?
No. Somebody I think who knows you. His name is Saul of Tarsus.
What?
Jared was telling us about this cool computer you have that can transport people into present time.
Yeah, I guess that was the truth.
So there really was another guy named King Saul? How many people have you guys met?
Not that many, really. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, like flying to the moon was no big deal.
Anyway, the Saul guy met up with us. He and Nick really hit it off. And they thought of this plan to break into the community center. Mess it up a little bit. Anyway, Saul wanted to break into the church instead. He was really vicious about it. It scared me. We heard someone coming and we took off.
What happened to Saul?
He just disappeared.
Just disappeared? Or you just lost sight of him?
No, I mean vanished into thin air.
It worked.
But not in time.
Yeah, but there's still time to reverse the damage.
Don't go there, Emily.
No way. No way.
Look at it this way. We had a part in this whole mess when we brought the wrong guy forward.
We're not gonna bring him back and have him wipe out a whole denomination. Are you nuts?
He's our last hope for uncovering the truth. Come on, Josh. We blew it once. Let's make things right.
Wait, maybe we should be ready in case he tries anything. Caleb, hide over there. When Saul appears, you catch him by surprise. Jump him, hold him in a chokehold.
Oh, may I?
Lord, is that you again?
Saul?
Yes, I'm Saul. Is that you, Ananias?
No, it's us. You're in the future. We're the kids you first met. Remember?
I think so. Yes.
We need some answers. You were a witness to a crime and we need you to testify. But are you sure you're the same Saul of Tarsus?
No. I'm not the same one.
More to eat?
No. Thank you.
So you were on the road to Damascus?
Yes. I was traveling there with papers from the high priest that gave me authority to take anyone belonging to the way back to Jerusalem and throw them into prison.
What do you mean, the way?
Christians.
So that explains why you wanted to destroy Caleb's church.
Yes. I wanted to destroy all churches. That's why I was traveling to Damascus. But as I traveled, suddenly there was a bright light. It was like the sun was right in front of me. like from heaven itself. I fell to the ground, instantly blinded. And then I heard a voice saying, Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? And I asked, who are you, Lord? And he said, I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. And then he told me to get up and go into the city, and that I would be told what to do. That was 3 days ago. They led me into the city. This is the first meal I've had, whatever it is. I heard that a man named Ananias was coming to see me, a Christian. I don't know how he and his friends will respond to me. But I do know how God has responded. He has shown me His grace, His mercy. I feel it more each day. And now, I wait to see what He wants me to do. It is the least I can do after all the terrible things that I have done.
Sir, there is one thing that you can do to make things right.
Anything.
Brothers and sisters, before my sermon, I want to announce that there will be a special meeting following the service to decide the matter related to the fire and liability issue. Those with an opinion are welcome to attend. That most likely will mean perfect attendance. Detective Donovan, who has been helpful in the investigation, will be attending the meeting. We can communicate to him at that time if we desire to press charges against the girl who has confessed to being involved in the fire. Brother and sister, can we help you?
We have something to say.
Oh, you bet you do.
Most of you probably know who I am.
Yes, we do. Yes.
I did not intend to burn down this building. But I was partly responsible for what happened. There were others. But they will have to decide whether they will come forward or not. I brought a man with me tonight. He was also here. He was a witness and he can testify. But I've realized that's not the important thing. The fact is, I blew it. But I'm ready to take my punishment. Because I've learned that the worst punishment of all is to try and hide the sin, cover it up, rather than deal with it and admit it. But I want to say that I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I ask for your forgiveness.
This girl did wrong. And she has admitted it. But when I compare her sins to mine, well, there is no comparison. You see, I am the worst of all sinners. In fact, you could call me the chief. But God spoke to me the other day in a very real way. And then he did something, the most incredible, unbelievable thing. He forgave me. Even someone as unforgivable as me. Surely you can forgive this girl.
I forgive you, Lisa.
I forgive you. Thank you, sir. I forgive you, Lisa.
Come on and put your hands together, y'all. Yeah. I'm so excited. Come on, choir, say it. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Oh, the joy that Jesus loved me. Jesus loved me. Come on and celebrate. Let's celebrate the Lord today. He has won all my sins away. Whoa.
It's okay. Thanks. Come on.
Let's celebrate it. Lord, today. I know He walks. All my sins away. He shed for me. Well. On Calvary. Yeah. He shed for me.
There's someone I want you to meet.
Who? Brother Saul? I
I'm Ananias. I've come to take you home to your new calling.
Hallelujah, brother.
What did you say? I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh, my joy that Jesus loves me. Oh, my joy that Jesus loves me. Come on, let's celebrate, y'all. Let's celebrate the Lord today.
Josh, I know there will be times when people cause you hurt and pain. I hope those times are few. But when they do happen, please read this passage I've underlined. As God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity.
Next on Present Time.
Just because your dad bullies everyone around doesn't give you the right to.
My dad believes everything I tell him. If I tell him you're the culprit here, he's gonna buy it.
What's gotten into you, Josh? I thought I could trust you.
And your dad will end up losing the big construction job that my dad just hired him to do.
Too bad this thing can't help me see into the future.
Bring a prophet back from the past into the present to predict the future for you. That way you'll know what choice you should make.
I don't think that's Daniel.
Daniel, I take it?
So this is a lion's den. Not quite what I expected. Now let's see if I understand this correctly. You brought me some 2,600 years into the future? Someone in there because you thought I could tell you if your father was going to lose his job?
False prophet! False prophet! Who are you to interrupt my prophecy? Where do you shop for your clothes? Take that, you false idol! How disheartening!
You guys know this guy?
Yeah. It sure is great to see you, Uncle Dan.
This guy is your uncle?
Yeah, he's sort of the white sheep of the family.
Daniel came into the present with a lion, and that's the only way we can send it back to the past.
No, we didn't put him to sleep.
Oh, what a relief.
We sent him to Africa.
What?
Joy in